12 upwards and talking about the HPV vaccine. So that child can say, no, I don't want to listen to my mum. I want to have that vaccine. If that child is allowed autonomy to use the Gillick competency to decide for themselves, you would expect that to work the other way, that child can also say, my mum wants me to have the vaccine, I don't want to have it. But no, it doesn't. That Gillick competency does not go the other way. It can be overruled. So therefore, it's not worth the paper it's written on. You either give the child autonomy or you don't. So basically, you know, when you look at things, look at them and question, use your brain. Everything we're seeing, it's like the emperor's new clothes. It doesn't, anyone who's medically trained, look at these people that are just falling over in the street and you tell me where you've seen that. In any of the emergency rooms, any of the hospital wards, where have you seen someone perfectly normal, then all of a sudden they fall over and die, and you tell me that's coronavirus and pneumonia? I've never seen it.
Well, I've been questioning all through this because there appears that, not from me, but there are two sides to this discussion. That you've got on one side, you've got a government and a mass of people who would say this is all, you know, to for want of a better word, conspiracy and that. And I then get an email in from a guy called John who says, who is this person, Tony? She's talking in headlines. But he also goes on to say it's a shame as she is making some sensible statements. So I'm not quite sure about the headlines. Are we talking
we've only got half an hour here.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to pick out the statements will have impact. That's all I'm trying to do. When we go back to vaccines now, I have interviewed Dr. Alan Palmer, and on the inserts of the vaccines, you're talking about the MP that's a nurse. We are nurses. We advocate for the patients. We do not do harm. I am not a pharmaceutical company pimp, nor will I ever be. I read the inserts.
I don't think she is either.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I personally am not. I will not just do as I am told, because we have a right. A patient has a right, and we advocate for that patient. And I am accountable for my acts and omissions. So if I know it's dangerous, I'm not going to do it. I don't care who's telling me to do it. I'm not going to do it. And in a court of law, I stand alone because I have to be responsible for my acts and omissions. And remember, there's no one going to back me up. I will take a fall for that, no one else. Now, when I read the insert, you have to be able to understand the crafty language that is in these inserts. For instance, and this is fact, the measles vaccine, there is aborted fetal tissue in there. But it doesn't say that in the insert. Of course it doesn't. It's listed in letters and numbers. So if you're reading that and you don't understand the crafty language, then you're not going to know that's there.
And yet you'll know as well as I do that somebody else from the nursing profession also commented on this from last month on social media and completely disagreed with you.
Well, let's talk about that.
Why are we getting such differing voices from the medical profession?
You're not getting differing voices. You're getting ignorance based with somebody who is evidence-based and who has researched and understands the crafty language, and that is myself. And also I would advocate everybody to go out there and look at Rachel Seller, the forensic nurse on YouTube, another one who completely goes into all of this crafty language. Now, that particular Facebook page, Uckfield Squawk, I believe it's called.
Yeah, well, let's not go too far down
that road. But I did contact that person. If you wish to slander me and my professional standing, that's okay, but make sure you've got the evidence. So, I always speak truth, and I understand. I have read the inserts, and I have also gone much further than that and read the research and the crafty language. So there is no place in the human body for many of these vaccines, none of them. And I understand what happens when you inject these into people. I understand the immunity of the infant. I didn't learn any of that in nursing school. I was taught the very basics. And that is what I will say as well to nurses and doctors out there. Just because you have this qualification, do not wear that like a crown of glory. The days are gone when you were a doctor and a nurse and everybody trusted you. Those days are well gone. Do your own research. Do not trust a qualification. I know many people that are very qualified who know very little. Because remember, the people that own the establishments that teach us it all travels back to the same thing. It's all owned by Big Pharma. They own the medical elite and they determine what gets published. And there it is. So
Kate,
I can't say any more.
Thank you for that, Kate. We should have been talking domestic
We'll
violence.
do that next time.
And we are going to do that next time. It's a big old subject, this. There are many differing people with many differing opinions on this, and there is fact and there is not fact, as you've pointed out.
There are truth and lies.
Yeah, truth and lies. Kate Shimarani, for now, thank you.
Thank you.
Look.
Hang on a sec. I can't read that. I'm just going to say goodbye because I've done it on a live video. Folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to post that later. And hope you enjoyed it. I might need to go undercover now and go hide in someone's garage.